and welcome to Close to Obsession. This is a Yandere visual novel in which a man asks you out on a date. Let's get started. Bronson Street, 10:30 p.m. You cradle a warm cup of tea in your hands provided by the EMTs when a police officer approaches you. They're tall, about 5'10", dressed in pressed black slacks and a button-down shirt. A reserved smile tugs at their lips, the mark of a professional who's done this for years. Only the slightest tremble of their pen, hovering inches above the yellow notepad, gives away the effect the grisly scene in the alleyway had on them. Hi, I'm Officer Gabriel. I just want to grab your statement on what took place tonight, if that's alright with you. You can barely speak. A souvenir left over from all the screaming you did. Of course. Okay, we appreciate your cooperation. They click their pen. So first things first, can you tell me about the man who assaulted you and your date in the alleyway? You swallow thickly and tug the blanket around your shoulders, trying to keep your entire body from shuddering as you relive the memory. Alleyway, recounting of the assault and homicide, 9:30 p.m. His shrill laughter assaults your ears, delighted and happy, almost childlike in its glee. Oh, he's kinda hot, shit. Damn it. Oh? Did you see the look on his face? He looks so fucking dumb. Man, I wish I could have captured that in 4K. The man sighs blissfully, euphoric almost as he tilts his head back, face illuminated by the moonlight, and whispers, I hope you like this as much as I do, before losing himself in another fit of laughter while you stand there trying to process what just happened. You peer down at your hands, vision blurring as if to shield yourself from the horror. Blood trickles between your open fingers, a warm woozy feeling thumping in your chest, sending a fresh wave of nausea rolling through you. You clamp those same hands over your mouth in an effort to keep from throwing up, because you hate throwing up. It doesn't work. Instead, you end up half collapsing into one of the many trash cans dappling the back alleyway and knock it over before vomiting all over the fallen pile of rubbish. Tears squeeze through your scrunched eyelids like a juice forced out of a lemon. How did this happen? One moment you're on a perfectly normal outing with your Hinder date, and now the memory of a metal bat slicing through the air and crunching through bone, cracking his head open like an egg, sends bile up your throat once more. God. Oh God. He was alive just a minute ago. He took you out for dinner. Expensive. Fancy. You look at the reminders of that dinner, now lying in a mix of stomach acid. What a waste of good food. Your intrusive thoughts cut through everything else. Inappropriate and unwelcome. You beat them back violently. You just watched a man die. How can you think of something like that at a time like this? You scrub your mouth clean and your eyes flicker towards the silhouette standing over the fresh corpse, bat resting over his shoulder as they nudge your date's hand with the toe of his sneaker. Another confirmation that they're dead. Oh, wait, he is kind of pretty. Damn it, Yiddy, stop it! Not such a big shot are you now, buddy? Another giggle. It scrapes against your nerves, setting you on edge. Then, you doing alright over there, Cupcake? He's referring to you, not the body. You open your mouth, close it, and open it again. You're so scared your voice refuses to cooperate. Sorry, I know I kinda made a mess. Hope it doesn't bother you too much, but at least he's out of the way now, eh? The man stretches his arms over his head, arching like a sunbathing cat enjoying the comforts of a lazy Sunday. Every movement appears slow and deliberate, almost as if he's trying to convince you he's not a threat, with his carefree attitude and loose limbs ready to strike as soon as you make any sudden movements or sounds. You're not fooled, and you won't be lulled into answering his sick little questions. Resolute, you keep your mouth shut and your eyes trained for an opportunity to escape despite the wavering odds. Cupcake, you still with me? You didn't answer my question. When you remain silent, he forgoes the body and closes the distance between you two in 3 easy strides, before lowering himself into a crouch to meet your gaze. You're half tempted to jab your fingers into his eye sockets, but you refrain. Nothing good ever comes from half-baked attempts at escape. Not the talkative type, huh? He softly boops your nose with the tip of his bloody bat when you refuse to answer, rusted nails sticking out of the thing at haphazard angles, all crooked and wrong. What would it feel like having them drill into your head? You shudder at the thought. If you don't give him the slip, you're likely about to find out. Not that I mind, as long as you're in the present with me, that's all that matters. You don't even have to talk on our future dates. Whatever makes you feel more comfortable. The sound that leaves your throat is scratchy and jagged around the edges. You never take your eyes off his crude bat. Date? What the fuck is he talking about? The man smiles in response to your confusion, all bright white teeth and borderline flirtation. Of course, we matched on Hinder over a week ago. When you stare at him deadpan, he continues on, rubbing the back of his neck. We started talking last Saturday, and I felt we had a deep connection, so I tried reaching out to you about setting up a date, but you never responded, so I took the liberty of approaching you in person. Don't you remember me? You try to place him, studying his earnest face with a weary eye, but all your previous matches blur together in a haze of right swipes curated on a lonely Saturday night curled up on the couch. Not to mention, you don't keep tabs on the people you aren't interested in. He frowns, almost pouting as he registers the implication of your blank expression. Nothing. Nothing at all. Not a damn clue. Oh, that's unfortunate. But I guess... He leans forward, so close that the tips of your noses touch. You remember me now, won't you? Then he leans forward and kisses your cheek, as he presses something small into the palm of your hand, curling your fingers around it. A slip of paper. Don't be late. It's the last thing he says before leaving you trembling on the ground, lost in a daze of confusion with the warm imprint of his lips on your skin. Bronson Street, 10:30 p.m. Officer Gabriel appears sympathetic as they scribble down your official statement. When they're finished, they look back up at you, eyes soft. Do you still have the note on you? You nod and withdraw the little heart-shaped sticky note out of your pocket before handing it over to them. Gabriel frowns, taking in the smudged ink and elegant cursive handwriting, just as dumbfounded as you were when you read it the first go around, trying to find a reason within the madness. Spoiler alert, there is none. No single conversation with a stranger should ever lead to something like this. You clench your teeth so hard they start to chatter. Gabriel rests a hand on your shoulder, the gesture meant to convey understanding, despite the fact that physical touch repulses you right now. You can still feel the imprint of the stranger's kiss, unwarranted and unwanted, on the arch of your cheek. His desire to possess you, conveyed with one simple action. A piece of knowledge that makes you want to crawl out of your skin and scrub it clean underneath a vat of boiling water. Or at least a scalding hot shower. You fold in on yourself, trying not to hyperventilate. Whatever your newfound stalker deluded himself with, you don't care. You just hope to never see him again. Otherwise, you'll find a way to take his bat and use it against him if you can help it. There's a squeezing sensation on your shoulder, and you look up to find Gabriel looking down at you expectantly, as if they asked you a question. Sorry, could you repeat that? I'm sorry. Gabriel drops the hand, arms falling to the side. No apology necessary, you've gone through a lot. I just wanted to know if you needed a ride home. I feel I'm sus. Their eyes scan the parking lot. Unless you want to call someone to pick you up. No, a ride would be great. Thank you. Gabriel smiles, this one without reservation. Of course. You get up to follow Gabriel to their car, when the sensation of being watched causes your legs to buckle. You almost trip over yourself and whip around. Your eyes search through the darkness, catching sight of a figure standing atop one of the nearby apartment buildings, fear running its talons down your back. But when you blink, the figure disappears and you wonder if you imagined the whole ordeal. Hey, are you coming? Gabriel stands next to their patrol car, the passenger door open and waiting for you. Yeah, I just thought I saw something. You take one last look, steeling yourself for the figure to pop up again, but they don't. Or maybe they were never there to begin with. But still, the words the man left behind on the heart-shaped sticky note haunt you. They're ingrained in your mind. Next Saturday, I'll pick you up at 8:30 p.m. Don't be late. XOXO. Max. Bronson Street, rooftop, 10:30 p.m. Max peers over the lip of the rooftop, taking in the swirling red and blue lights below. Police officers. Okay, Max is so hot though. Oh, Yinny. Police officers block the alley a few apartments over, taking pictures of the corpse and directing passerbys away from the scene of the crime. A beautiful disaster Max created on impulse. All because he couldn't help but be inspired by you. He's always liked art, painting canvases with vibrant splashes of colour that stood out to the eye, drawing attention to those who appreciated the work. He made a canvas out of that man's body and gave it to you as a present. Do you like it? He's almost certain you do, though he feels a bit guilty about getting his work all over you. But it was all in the name of love. And besides, that man clearly wasn't worth your time, and Max wanted to give you something to show how special you are to him. Otherwise, he might come off a man lacking sincerity. And he's nothing if not sincere about his feelings. So he thought about bringing you things like chocolate and flowers, but figured those things were over the top and a bit cliche in the grand scheme of things. No, what he needed was something revolutionary. The artist in him said as much. It wasn't until he followed you around on your night on the town with that man that inspiration struck. Not to mention that man What was his name again? Logan? Jeremy? Jared? Who cares? He's going with Jared. Because he can't be bothered to remember because fuck Jared and his cheating scumbag agenda. That man led you on. He deserved what became of him. Max angrily palms the wedding ring in his pocket and brings the band out into the light, digging his nails into the loving inscription of "Forever Yours" on the inside of the band. Talk about the lowest of the low. And you don't deserve that. You don't deserve any of that, because you deserve the best. And if you can't see that, then Max will make sure that you do, even if he needs to paint this entire city in red to make you see it. Oh my god. That was short, because this was made in just 72 hours. I felt like atmospherically the vibes were amazing. I really liked Max's design. The game dev has mentioned that they might actually update the story for this, so I would really like to see more, because I really like Max's design. I thought he was drawn so prettily. But thank you so much for playing through Close to Obsession with me. I hope you guys enjoyed the story. Thank you so much for sticking around and hanging out. If you guys liked the video, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Feel free to leave a comment below as well. If you want to hang out outside of videos, I also stream on Twitch 4 times a week. Come and chill, we play games like Final Fantasy, Baldur's Gate, a bunch of community games, and of course many visual novels as well. Thank you so much again, and until next time, take care.